It's lights out and away we go. A furious roar of horsepower and ambition screams towards Abbey. Russell gets a clean start and holds the lead, but Piastri is glued to his gearbox, an orange shadow of intent. Verstappen holds third, but look at Lando Norris! He's already challenging Antonelli. Hamilton holds firm in sixth. They're through the first few corners cleanly, but the pleasantries have a very short shelf life here.
What is that? There's some kind of weird feedback on the radio, a crackling sound, someone else on this channel. It sounds like bad elevator music and quiet whispering. It's incredibly annoying. Get it sorted. I'm trying to race here, for f***'s sake. This is not professional.
We don't hear anything your side, Max. The channel is clear of us. It must be some local interference. We are checking, but there's nothing on our end. Just focus on Russell ahead. The line is clear. We'll monitor it. Let's focus on the race. We can't fix it now.
Said Max, it's Toto. Do not respond. My people tell me this is a secure, untraceable channel. I trust them, mostly. I just want you to think about 2026. That Red Bull Ford engine, it's a lovely little start-up project, very ambitious. Said we, on the other hand, build power units.
No, seriously, who the f*** is this? It sounds like Toto Wolff trying to sell me a timeshare. Is this a joke? I am in the middle of a Grand Prix! If this is one of Christian's stupid pranks, I'm going to be really, really angry.
Said the structural integrity of our organization is robust, Max. The transition to a new era should be seamless. Said not a gamble on a science fair project. Think about it. A stable environment, no distractions. Just pure, dominant, said German engineering. Your key fob will always work.
I think we're witnessing the single most bizarre piece of corporate espionage in Formula One history. It seems Toto Wolff, in a moment of misguided genius, has bought some sort of audio surveillance gadget off Temu, and instead of eavesdropping on Red Bull, has managed to patch himself directly into Max Verstappen's helmet. He thinks he's a covert spy planting seeds of doubt. In reality, he's an unsolicited telemarketer trying to pitch a new career path to a very angry, very confused four-time world champion at 200 miles per hour. This is beyond parody. It's art. Horner must be listening to this somewhere, simultaneously furious and dying of laughter. The paddock Cold War just went hot, and it's powered by cheap electronics and desperation. And the lead changes. Oscar Piastri, the silent assassin, pounces on George Russell, a brilliant clinical move into Brooklands. He saw a tiny hesitation from the Mercedes and was ruthless. There's no sentiment in a championship fight, and Piastri just reminded the home hero that the crowd can't give you extra grip. The pressure on Russell is immense. Russell bites back. He's not giving up his home lead that easily. A stunning switchback through left field, and he reclaims P1. The crowd erupts. That was a move of pure, passionate defiance. He's telling Piastri, not today, not at my house. This is the kind of wheel-to-wheel aggression that defines a season. It's the hometown hero against the unflappable championship leader, and the gloves are well and truly off.
He's aggressive, I see that. The weakness is on corner entry. He's overdriving to compensate. I have him, there's no need to rush this. Just let me know when the pit window opens. The opportunity will present itself. His tyres will not last at this rate. It's just a matter of time.
Max, a guaranteed parking space within 15 meters of the factory entrance. Think about the efficiency.
While the battle for the lead rages, Toto Wolff is continuing his deeply surreal sales pitch in Max Verstappen's ear. You have to admire the sheer audacity of it. Sure, he's offering corporate perks and logistical convenience to a man wrestling a 1,000 horsepower carbon fiber missile. It's like trying to discuss mortgage rates with an astronaut during re-entry. The disconnect is staggering and utterly hilarious. This is a new level of paddock psychodrama.
Just wants to be a fine blimey, he's quick, he's everywhere. Tell Kimi to hold station behind Max. He needs to play the team game and be my rear gunner. We can't have him fighting Max and compromising our strategy. We need to work together.
The top 10 have settled into a tense, high-speed chess match after that initial flurry. A nice opportunistic move from Esteban Ocon in the highs. He slips past Yuki Tsunoda's Red Bull for P11. For Ocon, it's another quiet, effective display of his quality. For Tsunoda, it's another place lost, and with the pressure on his seat, every position counts. Piastri takes the lead again, a decisive, powerful move down the Hangar Straight. Russell had no answer to that. The McLaren is simply a rocket ship. Further back, the Spanish Civil War ignites. Carlos Sainz, on his Williams revenge tour, bullies his way past Fernando Alonso's Aston Martin for P8. You know that one stings. Sainz, driving with the fury of a man who feels he was discarded, is taking no prisoners. Alonso, wrestling that car, can only watch as his compatriot and successor at Ferrari disappears up the road. It's a brutal public statement.
That move from Sainz was pure aggression. He knows this Williams isn't a top car, but he's driving it with the conviction of a man on a mission to prove every single team principle wrong, beating his old mentor Alonso Just another name on his list. For Fernando, it's a galling reminder of his car's limitations. He's a tactical genius trapped in midfield mediocrity, a humbling experience for a time champion.
Okay, I am going to ask one more time, and I want a straight answer. Who is whispering sweet nothing odds about coffee machines in my ear? Because it is getting very distracting. If it's a technical problem, fix it. If it's a person, remove them.
Ocon and Tsunoda are at it again, and Tsunoda fights back for P1, but as they squabble, Oliver Bearman in the other high says thank you very much and sails past Ocon for P-Lito. A great piece of opportunism from the rookie. Russell retakes the lead, this is relentless. And Alex Albon joins the party, demoting Ocon another spot to P4 through. What a mess for the Frenchman. Fernando dog bites back, Fernando Alonso will not be humbled. He pulls a stunning move on Carlos Sainz to reclaim P8. A masterclass in racecraft, reminding the younger Spaniard that experience can still trump raw aggression. Piastri strikes again, he takes the lead from Russell and Stowe. And Charles Leclerc passes his teammate Lewis Hamilton for P6. The battle of the Spaniards is mesmerising. Carlos Sainz, armed with DRS and sheer bloody mindedness, blasts back past Fernando Alonso for P8. This isn't just a fight for position, it's a deeply personal duel for national pride. Sainz is refusing to be schooled by the old master, driving with a point to prove. Alonso, for all his genius, is helpless against the straight line speed deficit. He's fighting a battle of wits against a man armed with a tactical horsepower advantage.
This fight between Sainz and Alonso is symbolic of the entire midfield. It's a desperate scrap where every point feels like a world championship. Sainz is trying to secure his future, proving he's still a top-tier talent. Alonso is trying to defy time, proving he can still drag a midfield car into points. It's ambition versus legacy, and it is absolutely captivating to watch.
Brake temperatures look good.
Here comes the wonder kid, Kimi Antonelli. In the second, Mercedes launches a stunning move on Max Verstappen for P3, a brave, committed pass around the outside at Luffield. The rookie has just passed the four-time world champion. What a statement. The pressure on Antonelli has been immense, but he's just shown the world he belongs at the sharp end. Max looked completely taken by surprise. This is a huge moment.
That move from Antonelli is exactly why Mercedes has invested so much in him. It was fearless, precise, and against the very best in the business. For Verstappen, being passed by a rookie in the car he's being linked with must be a particularly bitter pill to swallow. The psychodrama of this race just gets deeper and deeper. You can almost hear Toto Wolff smile even over the roar of the engines.
And George Russell reclaims the lead. He's used the energy of that move from his teammate to launch his own attack on Piastri. The Mercedes cars are flying and the home crowd is going absolutely wild. Russell is digging deep, using every ounce of his talent and the roar of the fans to fight for this victory. What a stunning turnaround for Mercedes. They now run P1 and P3.
George, Kimi, that is a mega drive. Both of you, fantastic. The pace is strong, the strategy is working. Sit, let's keep this pressure on. We can do this. A 1-3 for the team at our home race. It would be beautiful. So beautiful. Set, let's bring this home, boys.
Unbelievable.
The race has settled into a fascinating rhythm. The two Mercedes, led by hometown hero George Russell, are trying to control the pace, sandwiching the McLaren of Oscar Piastri. Behind them, Max Verstappen is fuming in P4, having been passed by the rookie Antonelli. Lewis Hamilton is hunting his teammate Leclerc, and the Spanish duel between Alonso and Sainz continues to simmer. The strategic chess game is about to begin. This is perfectly poised.
He's picked up you have to wonder what's going through Max Verstappen's head right now. His car is off the pace, he's being passed by a rookie, and he's got Toto Wolff living rent-free in his helmet.
Okay, the car is a pig, an absolute pig. It's understeering in the slow corners and the rear is completely unpredictable in the high-speed sections. It's like you've given me two different cars bolted together, and on top of that, I'm getting unsolicited career advice from my chief rival. This is a joke. Find me some balance or I will find it myself in the pit wall.
Immediately after, Max Verstappen is incandescent with rage.
The Ferrari psychodrama continues as Leclerc repasses Hamilton for P6. And the pit window opens with a bang. George Russell dives in from second place. Mercedes blinks first, pulling their hometown hero in for fresh tyres. It's a classic undercut attempt and trying to force McLaren's hand. This move promotes his rookie teammate Antonelli to P2, and now all eyes are on the McLaren pit wall. Do they cover Russell, or do they risk leaving Piastri out on older rubber? The strategic battle has begun.
Set. Max, I can also offer you access to our superior German engineered coffee machine. It is cleaned on a rigorous set, documented schedule. Unlike, I imagine, some other operation, this is the attention to detail that wins championships, Max. It's about the process. The process is everything.
The sheer unadulterated chaos of this situation is magnificent. While Mercedes executes a critical strategic move with their lead driver, the team principal is simultaneously in another driver's helmet. Extolling the virtues of their office coffee, machine's hygiene regimen, it is the most surreal multitasking display in sporting history. This isn't just a Cold War, it's a day-day's performance art piece. The fact that Max Verstappen is still managing to drive in a straight line is a testament to his immense mental fortitude. He's being subjected to a level of psychological warfare that will break a lesser man. Forget waterboarding, listen to Toto's corporate wellness pitch for 52 laps.
Max, we hear you, we understand the frustration, we see the lack of balance, the front wing needs an adjustment. We are going to be aggressive. Would have liked, we will pitch you soon to get you out of this traffic and give you some clean air. Forget the cars around you, our race is against the track now.
Lando Norris is on the move. He senses weakness and attacks a struggling Max Verstappen, snatching P4 away. A great opportunistic move from the home hero, who is trying to salvage something from this race. Max is a sit and duck right now. In the midfield, Yuki Tsunoda fights back against the rookie Oliver Bearman, reclaiming P10. It's a small victory, but for a driver under the immense pressure Tsunoda is facing, every single battle won is a statement to his bosses. But the rookie won't be denied. Oliver Bearman, in that has, comes straight back at Tsunoda and retakes P10 with a brilliant, brave move around the outside. The young Brit is showing some real fighting spirit today. He's not just making up the numbers, he's taking the fight to the established drivers. That's the kind of aggression that gets you noticed in this paddock. Tsunoda will be fuming.
Battle beautifully after that. Little scrap between Bearman and Tsunoda is fascinating. It's the hungry rookie trying to make a name for himself versus the embattled veteran fighting for his career. Bearman is driving with freedom and flair, while Tsunoda is driving the weight of expectation on his shoulders. Every move is loaded with subtext. It's a microcosm of the intense pressure cooker that is the Formula One midfield. This is beautiful stuff.
Just tell me when to box. Don't talk to me about balance. Don't talk to me about the gap. And please, for the love of God, can someone get this Austrian motivational speaker out of my helmet? I am losing my mind in here! This is the weirdest race of my entire life.
Set a bespoke PowerPoint presentation, Max, detailing your future legacy. We have a whole department for this. They are very set. They could.
Piastri leads, but he hasn't pitted yet. The Mercedes of Antonelli is second, also on old tyres. The tactical game is reaching its climax. The big question is, who blinks next? The Ferrari boys are at it again. Charles Leclerc slices past Lewis Hamilton to take P5. The battle for intra-team supremacy at Maranello is relentless and unforgiving. The Spanish Armada continues its civil war. Carlos Sainz, with a powerful DRS-assisted move, sails past Fernando Alonso to grab P7. It's a move born of frustration and a desire to prove a point. Alonso defends valiantly, weaving his Aston Martin across the track like a lion protecting its territory, but the Williams' straight line speed is just too much. It's a painful, public display of the pecking order, and right now Sainz has the upper hand in this deeply personal rivalry. It's raw ambition versus legendary defiance.
That battle is just brutal for Fernando Alonso. He's using every ounce of his legendary racecraft, every dirty trick in the book to defend a position his car has no right to hold. But modern Formula One can be a cruel sport. Sometimes, after raw horsepower simply beats genius. For Sainz, it's another scalp on his 2025 revenge tour. He's making sure everyone who doubted him is getting a front row seat to his comeback.
Set George Kimi. I am looking at data. I'm not going to lie to you. It gives me a little bit of a tingle. This is good. Set very good. The pace is exceptional. Let's keep this momentum, but no fighting each other, please.
Right, that's it, I'm talking to him. Who is this? Toto, is that you? Maniac, what are you doing in my helmet? I'm trying to work here. This is a new level of psychological warfare eating for you. Leave me alone! I have a headache, and the car is a dog!
The tyres are starting to go, the rear is getting loose. We need to think about the pit stop now. What is Russell's pace on the new rubber? We can't afford to lose track position to him. Let's be decisive. I am ready to push on the in lap when you give the call. Let's not get caught out.
And Mercedes pulls the trigger on their other car. Kimi Antonelli dives into the pits from P2. It's a bold strategic move, covering off the undercut threat from the cars behind and putting immense pressure on the race leader, Oscar Piastri. They are sacrificing track position now, betting that the fresh rubber will allow the rookie to storm back through the field. It's a high-stakes gamble. Now, Piastri is all alone at the front, a sit and duck on old tyres. What will McLaren do?
By hitting Antonelli, Mercedes has played a brilliant strategic card. They've created a pincer movement. Piastri a trap between the two Mercedes cars, one on an overcut strategy, the other on a powerful undercut. The mantle swiftly after, it's a classic piece of teamwork, and McLaren in an incredibly difficult position. The chess game is as afoot, and Toto Wolff is playing it beautifully.
And here comes the undercut. George Russell, on his fresh tyres. Is a man possessed? He scythes past Esteban Ocon's Haas for P12 with contemptuous ease. This is the power of new rubber. He's not just racing, he's on a recovery mission, and every car he passes is a dagger in the heart of Oscar Piastri's race strategy. The Mercedes plan is working to perfection.
He's picked up the mantle beautifully after. Russell absolutely flying. He's making up seconds a lap on the leaders. The undercut was perfect time, and he's making it count. Piastri still out on track. Must feel like he's watching his race when evaporated in his mirrors.
Time to go defensive, mate.
And Kimi Antonelli follows his teammates' example, dispatching Ocon for P13 with ease. The Mercedes twin-pronged attack is carving through the midfield like a hot knife through butter. A twist at the front, Charles Leclerc, who has yet to pit, gets past a struggling Max Verstappen for P3. The Red Bull is a wounded animal right now, and the Sharks are circling. This is a disaster for Max. And that's the final straw. Max Verstappen dives in the pits from 4th place in a fit of pure rage. He's had enough. Enough of the car, enough of the lack of pace, and almost certainly enough of Toto Wolff's interior decorating tips. This is a strategy born of pure frustration. He's abandoning the fight at the front to get a new set of tyres and, more importantly, 5 seconds of blissful silence.
Okay, that's better. Finally some peace and quiet. Right, what did you do to the front wing? And please, I am begging you, tell me you have found a way to block incoming calls from Austria. I cannot listen to any more presentations about the benefits of a robust corporate structure.
The pit stops have thrown the race into beautiful chaos. Piastri and Norris lead for McLaren, but they are yet to stop. They are living on borrowed time. Behind them, the undercut has been powerful, with the Mercedes and Ferraris lurking. And Max Verstappen is now languishing down in 18th place after his rage pit. He has a mountain to climb. This is anyone's race.
Verstappen's pit stop was an act of desperation. Red Bull saw their race falling apart, hit the eject button. Now he's on fresh tyres but buried in the pack. He'll have to fight his way through the midfield chaos. A dangerous and frustrating proposition. This could either be a strategic masterstroke or a catastrophic miscalculation. We're about to find out.
Disaster for Hamilton. The king of Silverstone is off. A huge accident at Beckett's. The Ferrari snaps sideways through the high-speed switchback, and he's a passenger. The car plows into the barrier. That is a massive impact. The homecoming for the 7, time champion ends in a shower of carbon fibre and heartbreak. Thankfully, he's waving to the crowd. He's okay. And Hamilton's crash triggers a wave of pit stops. Charles Leclerc dives in, Ferrari reacting instantly to the incident. They get their remaining car onto fresh tyres. A smart and decisive move under the chaos of the crash. This could be a race-defining moment. Fernando Alonso also pits, taking the opportunity to get a cheap stop while the field is disrupted. A classic, wily move from the veteran. Lance Stroll follows him in. The midfield is in a frenzy, everyone trying to gain an advantage from Hamilton's misfortune. This has completely reset the strategies. It's a chaotic game of high-speed opportunism, and the teams that react quickest will be the biggest winners. The race has been turned completely on its head. What a dramatic twist.
Left side's clear. All right, Max.
Hamilton's crash is a devastating blow, not just for his race, but for his emotional homecoming. He's been a podium drop, and this weekend was going to be a chance for some Silverstone magic. Instead, it ends in the gravel. For Ferrari, it's a disaster, but they've reacted well by pitting Leclerc. This incident has shaken the entire Grand Prix to its core.
Okay, what was that? Was that Lewis? Is he okay? What happened? And more importantly, did the crash somehow manage to knock out the rogue transmitter that has been plaguing my existence for the last 30 minutes?
The race is back on, and Max Verstappen is on a mission. He immediately pounces on Nico Hülkenberg to take 15th place. Freed from the torment of his haunted helmet, he's driving with renewed fury. He's a long way back, but a wounded Verstappen is a dangerous Verstappen. He's channeling all his frustration from the first half of the race into a recovery drive.
Verstappen's recovery is now the subplot to watch. He has the car and the talent to get back into the points, but it won't be easy.
At the back, a desperate move from Franco Colapinto in the Alpine sees him lunge past Lance Stroll for P18. It's a scrap for the crumbs, but for a rookie like Colapinto, every overtake is an audition. For Stroll, being passed by a struggling Alpine is another indignity in a tough season at his team's home race. Oliver Bearman pits from P5, a crucial stop for the young British rookie. And the midfield pit stop frenzy continues as Ocon and Lawson dive in. The battle of the billionaire sons gets spicy. Lance Stroll fights back immediately, forcing his way past Franco Colapinto to reclaim P18th. That was a move born of pure pride. There is no way he was going to let an Alpine stay ahead of him at Aston Martin's home circuit. The family honour was at stake.
Stroll had to make that move stick. Being behind an Alpine is simply not an option when your father owns the team, and the factory is across the road.
Ocon and Lawson are fighting tooth and nail for P18 in the pit exit. The battle for 5th is intense. Alex Albon in the Williams gets past Yuki Tsunoda, a great move from the Williams driver, who is having a fantastic race. But Tsunoda is fighting for his career. He comes storming back at Albon and retakes P5 with a fantastic aggressive move. He is not giving up without a fight, under immense pressure. With his Red Bull seat on the line, Tsunoda is digging deeper than ever before. That was a statement of pure defiance. He will not go quietly.
That was a fantastic display of grit from Yuki Tsunoda. He's fighting for his future.
The race has been utterly transformed by the pit stops and Hamilton's crash. The McLarens still lead, but they are now vulnerable. Lando Norris dives into the pits from P2, a crucial stop that could decide his race. He emerges into a frantic midfield battle. Behind the leaders, it's a mix of strategies and tyre ages, with the Mercedes and Ferraris hunting them down. Verstappen's recovery drive adds another layer of intrigue. This is perfectly set up for a blockbuster finish. Sainz gets past the pitting Norris for P2. But Norris, on warm tyres, fights back instantly. He launches a stunning, brave move around the outside of Carlos, saying to snatch P2 back. What a piece of driving. He emerged from the pits right into a battle and didn't hesitate for a second. That's the fire of a driver desperate to win his home Grand Prix. Sainz was a helpless passenger.
Definitely, yeah. That move from Lando Norris was pure unadulterated commitment. He knew he couldn't afford to lose a single second stuck behind Sainz. It was a high-risk, high-reward move, and he pulled it off to perfection. It's a signal of his intent. He's going after his teammate Oscar Piastri for this race win, and he will not be denied. The McLaren Civil War is about to enter its final explosive act. Papaya rules of engagement are about to be tested under the most intense pressure imaginable.
The battle at the back continues as Lance Stroll once again gets the better of Franco Colapinto, taking P16. A long way from the points, but pride is on the line. And here comes the leader. Oscar Piastri finally dives into the pits from P1. It's a slow stop, a problem with the front left. Disaster for the race leader. He emerges behind his teammate Lando Norris and a gaggle of other cars. McLaren has fumbled the pit stop. After leading so much of the race, Piastri has been thrown to the wolves. Lando Norris now leads the British Grand Prix. And the undercut pays off handsomely for George Russell. He breezes past Yuki Tsunoda for P6. The Mercedes strategy has been flawless, and he is now right in the hunt for a podium finish. Pierre Gasly gets past Nico Hülkenberg for P12. Colapinto retakes P16 from Stroll. This is a proper scrap. But the scrap at the back is getting brutal. Esteban Ocon, in a desperate lunge, pushes his way past Lance Stroll for P17. Stroll is being bullied by the back markers at his home race. It's a deeply humbling experience for the Aston Martin driver, who seems to be going backwards. The pressure from the team and his father must be immense.
Stroll is having an absolute nightmare of a home Grand Prix. He's just being passed left and right.
A great move from Liam Lawson in the Racing Bulls. He executes a clean pass on the Williams of Alex Albon for P18. Lawson's star continues to rise, and that performance will not have gone unnoticed by the Red Bull hierarchy, especially with Yuki Tsunoda struggling just ahead. Every pass is another nail in Tsunoda's coffin.
Lawson is putting in the kind of giant killing performance that gets you promoted. He's making a very strong case for a Red Bull seat in the future.
While his teammate crashed out, Charles Leclerc is on a charge. He executes a beautiful pass on the struggling Yuki Tsunoda for P8. It's a clinical move from the Ferrari driver, who is trying to salvage a result from a difficult weekend. Tsunoda, his tyres fading, could do nothing. The Williams of Alex Albon is fighting for its life in the midfield. He pulls off a brilliant, gutsy overtake on Esteban Ocon for P16. Albon is wrestling that car into positions it has no right to be in, driving with incredible passion and skill. It's a testament to his talent that he's even in this fight. He is single-handedly keeping Williams in the hunt for points, a true underdog story. Hamilton. And Albon continues his charge, snatching P15 from Franco Colapinto. The man is on fire, carving his way through the slower cars with surgical precision. What a drive! And another pit stop shakes up the midfield as Nico Hülkenberg dives in. The strategies are all over the place, and it's creating a wonderfully chaotic and unpredictable race. With so many cars on different tyre ages, the final laps are going to be a frantic game of attack and defence. This is Formula One at its strategic best. After that flurry of stops, the race has a new look. The two McLarens of Piastri and Norris lead. Their internal championship battle now a direct on-track war for the win. Behind them, the Mercedes duo of Russell and Antonelli are hunting them down, their strategy having paid off beautifully. And Max Verstappen has quietly recovered to P9. The stage is set for a thrilling conclusion.
He's picked up dynamic at the front is fascinating. Oscar Piastri leads, but he knows his teammate, Lando Norris, the home hero, is right behind him, desperate for victory. The papaya rules of letting them race freely are about to face their ultimate test. Will they work together to secure a 1-2, or will personal ambition take over and risk it all for glory? The McLaren pit wall must be sweating. This could be a defining moment in their championship fight, and it could all end in tears.
Bearman passes Alonso for P11. George Russell is on a mission for a home podium. He slices past Zach Hadjar's Racing Bulls for P4. A clean, decisive move. The Mercedes is looking incredibly strong in these final stages of the race. He's hunting down the leaders. Carlos Sainz pits from third, a late stop for the Williams driver. And Alonso immediately repasses Bearman for P11. The old master never gives up. Yuki Tsunoda makes his final stop from P8. He emerges deep in the pack, his hopes of a points finish dashed. After such a spirited fight earlier in the race, it's a disappointing outcome. The pressure from Liam Lawson, shining at the sister team, will only intensify after a result like this. Tsunoda is fighting for his F1 life.
That pit stop for Tsunoda is a disaster for his career prospects. While he was fighting valiantly in the top 10, his Red Bull bosses will only see the final result, with Liam Lawson consistently outperforming expectations at Racing Bulls. Briefly, the writing may be on the wall for the Japanese driver. In the brutal world of Red Bull's driver program, you are only as good as your last race, and this one will not help his cause. The pressure is immense.
Sainz passes Colapinto for P12. And the Mercedes charge continues. Kimi Antonelli follows his team leader's example and gets past Isaac Hadjar for P4. The Mercedes cars are now running line Arstone in P3 and P4. A brilliant recovery and a testament to their strategy.
Behind us now, 2.8 seconds.
The battle of the rookies is heating up. Oliver Bearman makes a great move on the veteran Fernando Alonso to take P9. The young Brit is showing no fear, taking on one of the greatest drivers of all time. It's a confident, mature drive from the Haas rookie who is making a strong case for himself today.
A brilliant move from the young Bearman, who is really impressing in his debut season.
But Alonso says not so fast. The old magician fights back and reclaims P9. This is utter chaos. Franco Colapinto, in a move of spectacular ambition, tries to pass Carlos Sainz and gets it all wrong, losing a position instead. Sainz holds P12. Colapinto's desperation is palpable. He's under immense pressure at Alpine, and he's driving like a man who knows his seat is on the line. It's frantic and it's clumsy.
Colapinto is driving with the desperation of a man on death row. The Alpine management, led by the notoriously impatient Flavio Briatore, will not be impressed with these kinds of clumsy mistakes. He desperately needs a clean, strong finish to silence the rumours that the team is already looking for his replacement. This kind of driving is not helping his case.
Okay, the car is finally starting to feel a bit better, a bit. But seriously, did we block that guy? Is Toto gone? I haven't heard a single offer for a company car or a flexible work from home policy in at least 10 laps. The silence is beautiful. Let's push.
George Kimi, I'm watching Max's lap times. He is not a threat. You are doing a fantastic job. The management of the tires is superb.
And Bearman makes a stick this time. He gets past Alonso for P9 and starts to pull away. A great, persistent drive from the Haas rookie. The order at the front is set for a grandstand finish. It's McLaren versus Mercedes, and from the back of the grid, a ghost appears. Lewis Hamilton, after his earlier crash, is on an incredible recovery drive, sighting past Lawson for P6. Where did he come from? Alonso fights back and retakes P9 from Bearman. This is a fantastic duel. And Hamilton's rampage continues. He dispatches Lance Stroll for P15 with ease. After the heartbreak of his crash, he's driving with a furious passion. A 7-time champion reminding everyone of his raw speed. It's too late for a good result, but he's putting on a spectacular show for his home crowd.
So this recovery drive from Hamilton is pure theatre. He's been to hell and back in this race, from the high of a potential podium to the low of the barrier. Now he's just driving with pure, unadulterated rage. It's a spectacular, pointless, or an utterly magnificent display of defiance from one of the all-time greats. He's showing the world that even on his worst day, he is still a formidable force.
Okay, I may have been premature on the calmness. The blood pressure is rising slightly. This is very tense. Not good tense, exciting tense, not bad tense. Lando is catching Oscar. Okay, breathe, Toto. Breathe, set. Just watch the pretty cars go around.
Gasly behind us, it's now 3.6 seconds.
The battle for P8 is glorious. Oliver Bearman once again finds a way past Fernando Alonso, and this time he makes it stick. What a fight from the rookie. Further back, the Racing Bulls of Isaac Hadjar gets the better of Lance Stroll's Aston Martin for P15. Another humbling moment for Stroll at his team's home race. But Alonso won't give up. He takes P8 back from Bearman. This is incredible stuff. And Stroll fights back against Hadjar. He reclaims P15 with a forceful move. He's not going down without a fight, but it's a scrap for the minor places, a long way from where Aston Martin wants to be. The pressure on him to deliver a result here must be immense.
This duel between Stroll and Hadjar is a perfect example of the desperation in the lower midfield. Every position is fought for with the ferocity of a championship battle. For Stroll, it's about saving face at his home Grand Prix. For Hadjar, it's about proving his worth as a rookie. It's a high-stakes dogfight for very little reward, and it is absolutely brilliant to watch.
Set my heart. My heart is going to explode. This is not healthy. I need to look away, but I can't. Set. It's like watching a beautiful, expensive car crash in slow motion. Okay, everyone be calm, especially me. I will be calm. Set. I am the calmest person in this garage.
I can see Leclerc. The Ferrari doesn't look particularly quick. What are his tire life predictions? I think we can get him. I am feeling feisty now that my helmet is no longer a direct line for unsolicited corporate recruitment. It's amazing.
And the rookie has done it. Oliver Bearman finally makes the move on Fernando Alonso for P8 stick. He's won the battle. A fantastic, tenacious drive from the young Brit, who refused to be intimidated by the two-time world champion. It's a huge moment for him, a statement of intent to the rest of the paddock.
That was a coming-of-age drive from Oliver Bearman. He went wheel to wheel with a legend of the sport and came out on top. That takes guts, skill and intelligence.
And the misery continues for Lance Stroll. Isaac Hadjar gets past him once again for P15. The Aston Martin is struggling badly, and Stroll simply has no answer to the cars around him. It's been a brutal, humbling home race for the Canadian driver. You have to feel for him.
Hadjar's having a very solid rookie season. He's quietly and effectively going about his business, and that consistent performance is exactly what the management at Racing Bulls and Red Bull will be looking for. He's making a very strong case for his future.
The final laps are upon us. Oscar Piastri leads his teammate Lando Norris in a tense McLaren 1-2, but the Mercedes of George Russell is closing, a man on a mission for a home podium. The rookie Kimi Antonelli is a brilliant fourth. Behind them, Leclerc holds off a recovering Verstappen. The final act of this Silverstone thriller is about to begin.
The atmosphere on the McLaren pit wall must be absolutely electric. They are on the verge of a dream 1-2 finish at their home race, but it's a dream that could turn into a nightmare at any moment. The championship leader Piastri is being hunted down by the home hero Norris. One mistake, one moment of selfish ambition, and it could all end in a disastrous cloud of orange carbon fire.
I told you the tires were gone 3 laps ago. Now Alonso is all over me. We're just too indecisive sometimes. We need to be more aggressive, more proactive. This is so frustrating. We're losing a good result.
And Alex Albon, the underdog hero, makes a stunning move on Fernando Alonso for P9. What a drive from the Williams man. He's been fighting tooth and nail all day, and he's just passed a 2-time world champion. It's a beautiful moment of giant killing, a testament to Albon's incredible talent and determination. He is dragging that Williams to places it shouldn't be.
Alex Albon is, without a doubt, one of the stars of the season. He is consistently outperforming his machinery, delivering performances that are nothing short of heroic. That move on Alonso is a perfect example of his class. The man will beautifully after. He's driving with the skill of a top-tier driver in the heart of a lion. Williams are lucky to have him, and you have to wonder how long it will be before one of the big teams comes knocking on his door again. He has more than earned another chance at the front.
Albon's on fire. He's not done yet. He sets his sights on the rookie Oliver Bearman and sweeps past him for PA. An incredible surge in the final laps from the Williams driver. He is on an absolute mission, carving his way through the midfield with breathtaking skill. What a sensational performance. This is a masterclass in aggressive, intelligent racing. And Oscar Piastri crosses the line to win the British Grand Prix. A brilliant, composed victory for the championship leader, who withstands immense pressure to silence the home crowd and extend his title lead. Lando Norris comes home in second, a bittersweet result for the home hero. He gave it everything, but his teammate was just too strong today. It's a fantastic 1-2 for McLaren. but you know that second place will sting for Lando. The championship gap to Piastri grows, a painful psychological blow on home soil. And Bearman retakes P8 from Albon on the final corner, a last gas move from the rookie. George Russell takes a brilliant third place. His teammate Kimi Antonelli finishes fourth. Charles Leclerc brings the sole surviving Ferrari home in fifth, a solid result after a chaotic race and a painful reminder of what could have been for the Scuderia. Max Verstappen has a respectable P6. And what a finish for PA! Alex Albon is ninth, a fantastic result. And Fernando Alonso takes the final point in P10. Carlos Sainz finishes in position. Carlos Sainz P11, a recovering Hamilton P12 with Colapinto and Ocon behind. And the rest of the field crosses the line, led by Lance Stroll, bringing an end to a truly chaotic and memorable British Grand Prix. What an absolutely spectacular race, a soap opera of the highest order, filled with drama, heartbreak and moments of pure genius. From Toto Wolff's failed espionage to the McLaren civil war, it had everything. Thank you for joining our simulated prophecy of the British Grand Prix. It's been a wild ride. If you enjoyed this descent into madness, make sure to subscribe for more, as the Formula One circus of absurdity never ever stops. We'll see you next time.